Only the moon spied on the woman from behind a cloud as she stumbled across the narrow and twisted alleyways, one hand brushing against a wall, trying to remain upright. Her other hand was pressed against her side, blood seeping from the wound, blood on her fingertips. In the dark, the buildings had no color. The yellow house, 3 stories high, was rendered very much like any other house. All of these buildings could have been the abode where she first lodged when she arrived in this neighborhood, 17, and as bright as a newly minted coin. She'd been a callow girl from the provinces, gone to the city to seek her fortune with the heedless optimism of youth. Now she crawled back to her beginnings, dirt and muck clinging to her clothes, her bones paining her. She'd been wandering in the alleys, in the dark, for what seemed a small eternity, and she feared that she'd never find it, that the house was an illusion that she'd fabricated. But she tightened the clumsy bandage she'd tied and kept pressing against the wound, shuffling on. I refuse to die, she thought, and though her body screeched and begged for her to give in, she would not let it, ordering a foot to slide forward, ordering a hand to cling to a wall. The high forms of sorcery all require tools and careful processes. Glyphs, knives, words. At its most rudimentary form, however, magic is willpower, and though she no longer had much magic left, inside of her there was still her colossal willpower. This itself was a form of sorcery, survival singing through her nerves and forcing tendons to bend, flesh to press forward, tired bones be damned. At last the moon unveiled itself, and its light drifted down, illuminating the street and allowing the woman to catch a glimpse of the faded yellow paint and the familiar shutters. She walked up the 3 steps to the back door and took a breath, feeling beneath the wood, touching the warding spells she'd cast upon this place. Nothing terribly fancy, mostly a sense of malaise that would drive thieves away and a poison spell or 2, just in case. Besides, the house was in a rundown quarter of little importance, and it was crawling with rats. Such vermin was not native to the city, but it had adapted well enough to the canals, and had nothing worth stealing. At least, nothing most people would think worth stealing. She unlocked the door, tracing an old sigil in the air, and walked in, going up to the 3rd floor. Though she had bought the yellow house, she did not visit it. Why would she? The yellow house had been part of a previous life,